everybody, this is Anna Michelson from IlanaMichelson.com, and today I have some really exciting news to tell you. So first of all, thank you, Zelt Backman. You have created for me the identity of a real influencer, now that I've influenced your daughter, so that's pretty cool. Going good there. Second really cool piece of information is, if you recall a few weeks ago, I shared with you about a client of mine that used my new manifesting process to sell his car. So he just called me back today, and he has a friend in France who wants to sell her chalet. And he said the selling at this point in France is really difficult, and she wasn't expecting to sell it till at least next year based on what the prices were and everything. And so he did a little manifesting process for her without even telling her. And she just called him up this week and said, "You'll never believe it. Someone called me up, and they want to buy the house by the middle of September. I can't sell it by the middle of September. I have to wait till October because I'm working during September." Now, when he did the process, he actually did it that it was going to be sold by the end of September. So that's kind of really cool. And then he told her that he was doing this process for her, and she was totally blown away, and he's also totally blown away because this stuff really works. Anyway, I'm going to get working on my course starting next week, and so it should hopefully be out, and I hope you're all as excited as I am. And I'm working on manifesting things by myself as well, and I'll let you know when I get the results. Anyway, the other thing that I want to talk about today was also having to do with manifesting, and that is the magic question. Now, the magic question is a process that I learned by my mentor, Bart Baggett. I'm sure I probably mentioned it to you beforehand, but that's okay. I'll mention it again because it's a pretty cool process as well. And basically, what we have to remember over here is that our unconscious mind is an answering machine. It is set up to answer any question that you ask it. So if you asked it, why is the moon made out of blue cheese? It will start coming up with all sorts of reasons why the moon might be made out of blue cheese, even though we all know the moon is not made out of blue cheese. So the same thing, if you ask it negative questions, it will come out with the negative answers. Now, my dad, who doesn't know about all this stuff, never heard of all this stuff, knew some of this stuff intuitively. So when he was 55, he was working in this window company, and he was assistant vice president, and one day he was fired. And his boss calls him in and says, "Do you want to know why you're fired?" And he said, "Nope. If you look for reasons, you're going to always find the reasons. Probably better not to look for them. I'm fired. That's the end of it." So his boss says, "All right, well, what are you going to do now?" And my father said, "Well, I'm going to start a consulting company, something that I've always wanted to do my whole life. Never had the time to do it, so maybe I'll start doing it now." So the boss looks and goes, "Really, a consulting company? Can we be your first customer?" My father said, "Sure." And so on the same day that he was fired, because he chose not to hear why he was fired, he then became hired by the same company, working half as much time and earning twice as much money. And that's pretty cool. Now, unfortunately for me, this only happened when I was 12 and not during my formative years, but interestingly enough, when he was 55, I created my change when I was 45, 10 years earlier. So that's just a little bit of an interesting thing over there, just to, seeing the patterns of how we follow in our father's or mother's footsteps. In any case, going back to the magic question, when I first started this work, everyone told me, "Oh, you have to make videos." Now, I was really bad at making videos. I hated making videos. And as I told you once before, my father gave me this thing that a video has to be absolutely perfect before you can put it out. And so I made my first video, and I sat there with a script, and I memorized it. And when I sat down to the video, I started reading it out, or saying it by heart actually, and I was like, came out awful. Must have done it 50 times, because each time I made a little mistake. And then I put it on YouTube. But I was like, I'm not gonna put my name on it. But I had it on YouTube, and then people would ask me, "So, do you have any videos I could watch?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have videos on YouTube." They say, "Well, how do I get to them?" And I'm like, I'm not quite sure I'm gonna get to them. I don't really know. I mean, I put it up, I don't remember how I put it up or under what name I put it up. And that's basically bad news over there. In any case, fast forward another 2 years, and I had gone to Abilitat, and Jeff Nash, who gave me a really good lesson in terms of video making, and he taught me how you're supposed to, pause and act as if you're talking to an audience, even if there's no audience over there, and probably not good to read from a script, probably better to, just know about about what you're going to say, and if you miss something, don't worry, you can always make another video about the thing that you missed. So not to worry about that. So thank you, Jeff, for that one. And basically, he's the one who asked me also, how do you get your videos? And I said, I didn't know. And he looked and he looked and looked. He actually found the videos, and that's when he gave me all his feedback. So I started making healing journeys, and I would video them, and I would put them up, but once again, I didn't put my name on it. And then I would ask myself the question, how can I get better known? How can I attract more clients? And in the middle of the night, a big light bulb went up at the top of my head and said, put your name on the videos, Dumbo. So I jumped out of bed at 2 in the morning, went to my computer, and put my names on all the videos. And lo and behold, I got more clients, right? So basically, I asked the right question. I asked, how can I get more clients? And my unconscious mind answered me. That's how you get more clients. Now, when your unconscious mind answers you, it will very often answer you many answers, not just one answer. And you can choose which answer fits you best. You don't have to do all of them, but you can follow whichever one fits you best. And some of the answers aren't going to be as direct as I got it in the middle of the night at 2 in the morning. Some of them might be in the form of an article that you read. Some of them might be in the form of a conversation that you had. I'll give you another example from my life. I did these biblical app books, I call them. They are interactive workbooks on the 5 books of Moses and on the Jewish holidays. And for a long time, they were being sold on the site called Kirklick, which is a homeschool site, and it was going well, but then the site closed, and then I had no place to sell them. And so I was thinking to myself, maybe I'd want to sell them again, but how am I going to do it? I have to get in contact with people who are doing homeschool. And this has been going on for maybe 2 weeks. And then suddenly, out of the blue, someone contacts me today and says, you showed up in one of my memories. I'm like, oh, I hope it's a good memory. And they said, I think it was something about those Bible printable worksheets or something. I said, the interactive workbooks. He goes, yeah, that's it. I said, are you still in the homeschool world? And she's like, well, no, my youngest is already in college, but I still belong to some of the groups. I'm like, oh, great. Can you put me in touch with them? Because I'd still love to sell more of these books. So you see, that one didn't come in the form of this big light bulb, but it came in the form of somebody remembering me, contacting me, happening to be the same topic, and then sending me over to the people who might want to still buy these books. In any case, use them as a question. Always ask in the positive, never ask in the negative, never ask, why am I like this? Because you'll get all the answers of why you're like that, but that won't be very helpful to you. The helpful suggestions will be when you say, how can I get to where I want to get to? Or how good am I going to feel when I get to where I get to? Because that's presupposing that you already got there. Or how great do I look today if you want to look good? And then you get all the answers of positively that you want to hear. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this session, this video. If you have any questions, I'm here. You can ask it. Otherwise, you can always write me down below in the comments, or you can write me up above. I usually leave my email address over there, and I'll be happy to answer it in future videos. Hi there, Jocelyn. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember my motto, making the whole world happy 1% at a time, starting with myself. And my other motto is saving as many marriages as I can and having them live happily ever after. Unlike me, who ended the marriage. No choice in the matter. Anyway, have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are. From Ilana Michelson at ilanamichelson.com.